Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. It's awesome to have Bo with us back again. I started watching your show live this morning, Bo, and I got distracted. So I'll have to go back afterwards and finish watching it. Um, Card of the day. I kind of want to start with card of the day because it is a 1960s Cubs card. And as you can tell, Bo, it still has the rubber band on it. Morning, Tom. This card is headed your way, Bo. It is headed your way. It's one of my dad's old cards. I'm going to post it online just as card of the day. And then it's headed out to you this morning. I know he would. I know he would want. He would want somebody that would really appreciate the card. Hey, what's up, Ken? To have the card. So I wanted to as well. Let's talk about this Cubs card. You know, this 1960 season, 89th of the Cubs franchise, the 85th in the National League, which is really cool. This is really cool. 45th at Wrigley Field, finished like the Texas Rangers, 7th in the 18 National League, with 60 and 94. Not the 100 loss the Rangers had, but you know, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Let's see. Avoided the cellar by only one game. Philadelphia Phillies. So there's not the only notable player on this team is it does have good morning. Good morning. Let's see. We'll say good morning with Tom. Oh, I forgot to have the banner going. Let's get the banner going. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Ken. And we got good morning with Bo. Good morning with Bo. The only major person that's on this team is it does have Ernie Banks on it. So it does have, Ernie Banks, Ron Sutter. Yeah, Billy Williams, Susan. There you go. There you go. Yes, good luck on the first day. You know his boss is an a-hole. You know his boss is an a-hole. Why are you even asking? You know it is. Oh, hey, I got something that's interesting. So Wednesday night, I had a conversation with Dr. Beckett on live. Can you believe somebody disliked that conversation? Some person disliked that video. And I told you a while back that somebody's going through and disliking all of my videos. What kind of a booty hole do you have to be to go through and dislike a conversation with Dr. Beckett? That's what I want to know. So, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Who dislikes that conversation? I did want to go back through and stop down and talk a minute about the contacts that you make and how they can help. When I first started a little under a year ago, back in December, January, February, I can't remember when, but we have a comic book shop that's less than 20 minutes from me. And I went into the comic book shop and they had supplies. I make no bones about, it's a great place to get supplies. They have great prices. They're really nice guys. I love going in there and talking to them, talking about what's going on in the cards and what's going on in the comic book world, because they both. Let's see. I don't think it's that if I don't like it, I don't watch it. Yeah, I agree. But I've consistently developed or gone in and I've bought some stuff. They bought some stuff for me, comic book wise, that I had. Just some old comics laying around that I had to get credit. So it's been a nice relationship. Well, I had been in there in like a month and a half, just because I've gotten busy. So yesterday afternoon, I get a call just completely out of the blue. And I don't know what made me pick up the phone, but I picked up the phone. And it was a gentleman that wants to sell his sports card binder, and he went to the comic book shop to just see if they would buy them. And Jim, who owns the comic book shop, gave him my number to have me to reach out to me and see if I'd be interested in buying his cards. Now, I don't know anything about these cards. I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know. I don't know what's. All I know right now is that I'm meeting him at 11 a.m. today at a place that's mutual, and he's got a binder of cards to have me take a look at them. And I just think that's really cool that if you continue to develop and continue to develop contacts within your local region or your local area, eventually, you know, eventually something will happen. So my point is continue to develop those relationships, because you never know where they're going to go. You never know where they're going to go. It could be positive, it could be negative, it could be. But even I just go in there and chat with, like last time I don't think I even bought anything. I went in there and chatted with him for like an hour. And we just sat and I asked him how his business was going and him growing. I asked him if he was going to start carrying cards. He's talking about expanding his business. We talked about a new type of card shop that just opened up. So yeah, that's awesome. Get the word out. I always talk to other vendors at shows that I buy bulk or something. Yeah, I mean it's just, you never know where that relationship's going to go, and it may take 6-8 months. There's another gentleman that I talked to uh, just off the cuff, and we had lunch together, and I mentioned to him that I was looking for a Jose Canseco photo ball for uh, for the autograph signing at the East Texas Card Show. Well, he didn't find it within the time frame, but doggone it if he didn't call me the next week and said he had a Jose Canseco photo ball that for me for the autograph signing. So my point is, just be open to conversations. Be open to your surroundings. Be open to just developing relationships, because you never know where they're going to go. You never know. You never know. So that was the second thing I wanted to talk about. I did buy some cards on Sport Lots. They finally arrived at my box, and I've had that box sent to me now. When those cards come in, I'll show them live, because I think it's always cool to show cards that you've found in the wild. And I don't buy a lot much anymore, because I'm not 100% sure what to buy and what would sell. So I'm a little bit more cautious because of the mistakes that I made in the past. And I've still got like 5,000 cards to put online. So I've got enough inventory forever. Like, I don't need to be out there buying more cards unless they're very selective or they're very one-off deals. So, but those will be coming in, and I will be sharing those cards whenever they do. A big heads up, I found out this morning that Mike Trout is doing a signing. So that it very, and I guess it's because number one, I don't know. I don't know why. My guess is that he's had such a bad season, and he needs to keep his name in the in the area or in the hobby, but in baseball. But I don't know the man's heart, so I can't really say. But Mike Trout is doing a signing, which is very, very cool. Which is very, very cool. No cards though. No, he is signing cards that I can tell. He is signing cards that I can tell. It's a little bit more expensive, but he is. It was like $349 for a baseball. I glanced really quickly And let me see if I've still got it up to where I can look real quick. No, I can't find it real quick. Otherwise, I would, well, maybe. Let me try one more place. I just like to, I want to make sure. I know it's probably faux pas for me to be doing this live, but the question was asked, so I want to make sure. There it is. Let's see. You are correct. No trading cards will be accepted at the signing. No request for full name. Millville Meteor or War Machine will be accepting at the signing. These inscriptions will be available on finished items only. 2 inscriptions max per person. Well, thank you. Thank you, JP. Morning, Mark. Morning, Mark. Yeah, no cards. Absolutely no cards. Good morning, Mark. I guess I just kind of glanced over that. Signing is November 2021. All orders must be received by. You must get Power Sports email as well. But that's who's that from. And what I found is interesting is that you got Trout, Otani, Acuna, AI. There's a lot of signings out there. Well, yeah, I agree, Ken, but you know, it's their prerogative. It's their prerogative to, if they want to do that. As much as I don't like it, and I think that they should be open to signing anything, who knows? Who knows? I do indeed use them once every smooth, but pricey. Yeah, very pricey. Very pricey. I can find. I know other avenues to get autographs a little cheaper. Hey, what's up, Diego? What's up, Diego? But they're not as readily available. So pick your poison. Pick your poison on them. Let's see. I want to go back, share, add to the stream, because let's look at some cards, guys. Let's look at some cards. Luminance football or Illusions football. Illusions football coming out. Base set. December 1, 10 packs of 5 cards with 16 boxes per case. Not bad. Not bad. Trophy bronze inserts. Kind of dig this look. Not a big fan of that, though. Not a big fan of that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope you do too. I don't know. Steve Young, Trey Lance, that's a huge leap to put those two on the same card. And why is that a rookie card with Steve Young on it? It doesn't seem that, deja vu. I dig it. I dig the first impressions. I do. We can talk about that offline. How cool is this Trevor Lawrence, though, with the NFL shield? I thought that was really cool. Not a huge fan of this design right here. But you can't be a fan of everything. But overall, the base, I've always liked Illusions. I've always liked it. It doesn't, at least in my opinion, it doesn't have a great, huge, like, resale, but for collectors, there are people who are collecting specific. Yeah. Mostly current. Let's talk about this. Rally adds $15 million in funding, aims for wider exposure. So good for Rally. Picked up $15 million in new funding. Pawn Stars founder Brett Montgomery, Jimmy Kimmel. So we don't know what that is, but we know that Rally's going to make a big push here coming up soon. And then Ultra High-End Auctions Works. See, everybody's interested in this my voice cracked like a freaking schoolgirl, but everybody's interested in these ultra high-end auctions and this big, huge promotions and whatnot. Don't forget, that all these guys have low-end auctions as well. So don't forget that as well. Dribbles and Scribbles, Basketball Hall of Famer, rare. So I thought this was kind of cool just to see. Oscar Schmidt. Just something else interesting. Something else interesting. And then let's get into the meat of it. Let's get into the meat of it. Let's take a look at this. Impressions down. But look, sales conversion rate up and page views are up. Impressions way down. Organic, promoted, slot. All of this is down. But look at the page views and external site views. Quantity sold is up. So why? Why is this? Why is this? Why is this way? Any thoughts? Any thoughts on why this is this way? I'm going to open this up for discussion. I've got a good idea of why, but I kind of want to open this up for discussion for a minute. And Ken, haven't sold anything for almost 2 days now. We probably won't wait 2 minutes. We'll probably give it like another 30 seconds. And I'll give you my theory. Bo, you have a theory? Because I know Bo's still going off, but I have a feeling I know why Bo's still going off. So I think number one is consistency. Number two is new players. Number three is I'm not putting on new football players. I'm not putting on I'm not doing what you would call chasing the dragon. So when at the height I was selling, I was buying, you could buy boxes at Walmart for $20 a piece, take the cards that you wanted, and then put the cards that you didn't want online. Okay. Self-sustaining hobby. That's a good, Mark. That's a good. Now with hobby boxes being gone or going up, it really doesn't make sense to bust open boxes, and prices are coming down on eBay. So the stuff that I have been selling are stuff that I've dramatically decreased prices on. So while I'm not putting on net new stuff or a lot of net new stuff, I'm going through and I'm fixing recommended specifics and pricing and doing promotions and doing other things. So, and what's selling is the stuff that I'm repairing, or the stuff that I'm fixing prices on, or the stuff that I'm lowering prices to at or below eBay comps. So it's people that are getting really, really good deals on cards. Why is the traffic down? I think it's because I'm not adding players like Trevor Lawrence or the hot players that are in right now. I'm adding I'm adding baseball at the end of baseball season. Yeah, I'm adding the cards that I have currently, and I'm not chasing the dragon. So, yeah, well, yeah, yep, I agree. So, a couple of months ago, I always said, I remember myself saying buy, 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 and always be uh, chasing the dragon. Or I don't call it chasing the dragon now. I call it, you know, following the next big thing. Well, you can't really do that anymore. So you got to be, yeah. And again, it's the cycle. It's a cycle as well. It's the time of year. There's always a dip this time of year in the cycle of the hobby. But last year at this time, and 2020 was an anomaly. And I don't know 2019 very well because I was mainly, excuse me, I was mainly collecting at the time. I wasn't really, I had just started selling on eBay at this time and creating a self-sustaining hobby. So my numbers are skewed from 2019. I don't remember. I forgot where I was going with this thought. My yawn completely threw me off. Sorry, guys. The I just think that because I'm not chasing the dragon, yeah, yeah, I agree. This time, 2019 basketball was uber hot. Correct, Bo. Correct. And I don't have any. I don't have any basketball. I've got very. I maybe have a dozen basketball cards in my store. I've stopped buying basketball. I stopped selling basketball. I'm just trying to sell off what I have because I don't follow the sport. I don't watch the sport. I watch football, baseball, and some stars whenever they're there. Yep. I haven't sold my Zions. I've got a couple of Zions. Less disposable income. Very true. Very true. So you got to be smarter, not harder. You got to work smarter, not harder. So what you put on has to be marketed well. Well, with marketing, yep, October through December is brutal for baseball sales, and that's what's in the majority of my store is baseball. Because when I started, I put baseball on. Well, the football that I put on, it's very light in the football. So I'm very heavily invested in baseball. That's just the way it is because I was, and again, that goes over me needing to change the way that I'm buying and selling what I've got and then going on. Yeah. So, but the traffic is still there, which is interesting. And the outer traffic is still there. If we saw, let me see if no, it's not there anymore. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. There we go. I don't think so, JP. I don't think so because look at my conversion rate. My conversion rate has almost tripled over the past couple of days. And the click through rate has stayed the same. but the conversion rate has increased. So I don't think it's necessarily window shopping, because I'm still, the traffic's still there. People looking for deals, and it's people coming in through Google, from the external site, from my SEO. It's not necessarily impressions. It's not necessarily organic or promoted. It's not from people looking on eBay. It's people from looking outside of eBay. So it's it's very interesting to see. I think it's part of that chasing the dragon thing, where I don't have, if I had bought a ton of, if I were to crack open this football right here and drop every bit of it on eBay, the store, I bet you the store would change. Yeah. Diego. So, yeah. Yeah. I I think it's because if I were to crack open this football right here, this brand new football, or even a couple of other newer products, and drop those newer names on, then I think the store would kick back up again. But can you afford to open up these boxes and drop them on when I've got 5,000 other cards to put online, or even 10, maybe not 10, but probably anywhere between 5 and 7,000 other cards to put online as fast as I can. And I've got to send some cards off to Bo and send the cards off to everybody else. So I don't know what the answer is, other than to just get more listed, even if it's not the hottest stuff. I agree, Ken. I think that's it. I think putting stuff online as fast as you can and getting the engine cycling going, even though I don't think it's going very well, that I think I think that's still the route to go, is to continue to list, continue to keep the engine going, continue to share. Now I'm also running a special promotion through I think I'm running a special promotion, so I stopped adding promoted listings to the engine. So it's not, so there's a different way of getting listings promoted. So that might be a secondary. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that the engine is acting differently. I do know that it is not reacting as it did back even last month. So yeah, JP, I would promote the heck out of those like today, even if it's like a 1 or 2% promotion, and watch the spike. Watch the spike. So I've got a bunch of work to do. I've got a bunch of stuff. I got a meeting at 11. I will tomorrow let you know how that goes, or not tomorrow. Monday. Monday we'll go live, and then Wednesday night we've got Uncle Rich on, so it's going to be me and Uncle Rich going live and talking about 1970s baseball, or 1970s baseball cards. Ken, you got to use promotions, man. You got to use promotions. Even if it's 1%, you got to use promotions. But I'm going to go live Wednesday night with Rich, and we're going to talk 1970s baseball. cards, which would be nice. I've been trying to plan on that. Next Wednesday, not 100% sure who or if we're going to go live Wednesday night, but I haven't found somebody to go live with. I kind of like that trend, so we'll see how that goes. This weekend is Jeremy, Rich, and Chris on. Is that this weekend? That is not this weekend. This weekend is Drew, Brody, and Logan. Drew, Brody, and Logan. Oh, okay. We might do Tom. Tom and I might go live on Wednesday, and then Bo and I will have to go. We'll just play it by ear. We'll just play it by ear. But this week is Drew, Brody, and Logan on Saturday on Hobby Hotline. That'll be interesting to watch. I got to go back and watch Bo's show. I got distracted halfway through it, so I've got to go back and do that. That's all I got, guys. Not a lot of huge hobby stuff going on, but or hobby news. But I did want to show at least the new card or the new Luminance. If you've got anything or any prayer requests, let me know. I will pray you up. If you have any prayer requests, let me know. I'll pray you up. Support your local LCSs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nice. 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 Very nice. If your boss is anything like my boss, we're both a-holes. Ryan, what's up? What is up? Good to see you, Ryan. Good to see you. Longview next weekend. So I have to punt for next weekend. Next weekend we are celebrating our 7-year anniversary. So I'm not going to be in Longview. My wife and I have been together for 7 years. We didn't really do anything for our birthdays, so we are going to spend the night at a hotel and have dinner for next weekend, for next Saturday. So not going to be in Longview, but wife time's a little family time's a little bit more important, so we're going to go do that. So yeah, so Ryan, make sure you go and say hi to Tom and Robin at the Longview show, and make sure you give them a hard time for me. I know. But if you got any prayer requests, let me know. I'll pray you up. Support your local LCSs. Support your hobby shops. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Make sure you watch Hobby Hotline this weekend with Brody, Logan, and Drew. And tip your waitresses 3 shows weekly. Talk to y'all later. Have a great one, y'all.